Hey, how's everybody doing? About 10 minutes after 4 here in Chicago. Um, what do we got? Yeah, Futures had a little better day today for the SPY, and the Diamonds finally may have shored things up for us a little bit. All right. So looking at the SPY, yeah, this is a nice day upper here. All right, so nice day upper from yesterday. We had highs yesterday. We're at 774.90. All right, and we got it all the way back up to 779.37. Does that give us an all time high? I think it might. All right, so better today with SPY. All right, and then here's your after hours here, kind of drifting up a little bit there on there. All right, um, so SPY, decent day yesterday, today I should say. QQQs, QQQs, another nice day up today on the futures. We're still chasing down highs at 748.65, and we're sitting at 732.07. All right, so still a ways off from getting the all-time highs, but this day today certainly did help. All right, so Q's a little better today. We'll see what happens on with that. We got Friday coming. All right, and I'm more excited about anything as the diamonds because I was talking about this morning. It's like we've moved down exponentially so much, from the highs at 546, and and it's been very, very choppy. So now we're looking at a 3-2 tree coming back here today now. All right, so we'll see if that can pick us up from here. All right, 540.14. Today's highs were 539.97. All right, so we'll look to see if we could take a 3-2 back, get out of this chop, and then get back up to these highs at that 546. All right, so we're still a ways off on that one. But that could trigger us to maybe get things moving, and we'll see about that tomorrow. Pretty much day. The semis really tried to get going here today, and they did pretty good. I got to say, Micron. So Micron finishes the day was much higher here. All right, it was all the way up to 979.20, and we pulled back a lot from there. All right, so we finished the day up $38.54. We were a little over 4% to the highs today. All right. So Micron, but we found some exhaustion risk for sure. That's what I see at least. All right. So there's Micron. We got SNDK, another one here that was much higher and pulled back here. Okay. It was up to 1585. All right. We pull back into 1528. All right. Nice day up any way you want to look at it. Pretty good day for the semis. Marvel. All right, Marvel, shooter back down on the day. This one was kind of giving it up at the end of the day here with the 2-2 back down on the 60s. All right, so a little under pressure here on Marvel, coming and found some exhaustion risk as well. All right, so Marvel, a little lower there, and Intel and TC. All right, Intel. Same thing with the Intel. All right, got up to 107.74. They pulled back some. All right, as we see on the last 230s of the day, last 60s of the day was the 2-2 back down. All right, so again, semis a little bit better here. Found some exhaustion risk, and they kind of stalled out a little bit. So we'll see what tomorrow is going to bring us here. SPX bounced around pretty good today. We got up to 78.16 today on your SPX. All right, on the cash. We got all the way up to 78.16, guys. That was the high of the day right there. And when we broke back down from the very beginning of the day, we were down to 77.62. So that was our range for the day. All right, that was 77.58 is what it really was. All right, so there's your SPX today. That's a nice 2 up on the day. We'll see what happens tomorrow. The Nasdaq was pretty strong all day today. All right, it was chopping as well, but it was better today. Mag 7 not having its best day because the semis were starting to move, and now we wait to see if the semis are going to follow through, and then we're going to keep an eye on the other stocks that we're looking at too, the cloud stocks. We can look at a couple of those real fast. Salesforce doesn't want to give me the symbol. CRM. All right, so huge 3 day here today now on the Salesforce. Big move here today. All right, so we'll see what tomorrow is going to bring here. But I tell you, but right back up to 200. We talked about this morning, or we were talking about it at the Discord. I can't remember what it was, but I was saying this morning. There's a good chance for this thing to turn around on this shooter, boy, and I'll tell you, it did. I think we talked about that this morning. All right, so big expando more. So we'll see what tomorrow is going to bring on Salesforce. So that one's better. And then there was a couple here. D-Dog finishes the day with the inside day. Oracle got up to 156. I thought it got higher. Yeah, 150. Got back to 159.33. All right, and she pulled back here. 156. I'm still like 149. If she wants to pull back a little bit, I think that would be a good spot. I think there's a good support line there. All right, on Oracle. Couple other ones here. MDB is a big guy too. Mondagab, Beauty. All right, 222 continuation to the upside. And this is your Cloudflare. All right, so your Cloudflare keeps moving here. Now we'll see if the two can run together and get the clouds going with the semis at the same time. I still think that's going to be of a difficult trick. All right, but Microsoft kind of laid off today, and the Mag 7 kind of really didn't do too much today. All right. Now our diamonds, I'm hoping that we get to start to move here now. All right, I think that I'm excited about that more than anything. So we look at the diamonds again. All right, and boom, we got that outside three. Who had a good day today? XLP had a game that had a day today because it gapped up and it held up. All right, so we're going to look for these staples. They had a pretty good day as a group here. I'm not going to go through too many of them. I could throw a couple in there. Hopefully it's connected there. All right, Casey General Store, better day. Costco up $12 today. All right, so they moved the big guys first, right? Philip Morris kind of pulled back a little bit here on the day, but pretty good there. Dollar Gen and Dollar Tree were both higher. Constellation Brands was a little bit better today. So Staples a little bit better. Our utilities, they're just kind of, I don't know. They are, so here's your day. All right. But it gave up a lot at the end here. The two back down, but then they really did try to keep pushing back up. All right, so they're hanging above 44, but I really need to see some movement here. And when I say that, I'm looking at the week here. Let's triangle out the week at least tomorrow. All right, and button that up. And then we'll see if we can get some expansion back up to 44.65. I still think the group's good. I think it's just the diamonds are finally maybe going to give us some relief. And then if it does, I think the utilities is one of that groups that will go. XLF is just went out on the highs again. So banks are strong. There's no stopping them. They've been moving really, really nice. XLE, they got the vol going on. All right. And you got the 3-day up here with the XLE, so continuation to the upside. Energy continues to stay strong. All right, so we'll see there. XRT Retail. This one was a little better here up on the day. Put up a hammer. Still got all the bigger time frames. I know you can't see that month, but I can switch it for you and show you. Um, Shooter coming back down. All right. So go back to that week right away. All right. So XRT, and then we look at XLY, which is definitely with all your cyclicals inside. All right. So cyclicals finishes the inside day with the shooter coming back down. All right. So good day to hide, I guess, inside there. Not too much to talk about there. XLB really fell apart. It's in gold and silver and every kind of buddy broke back down. 2-2 back down on the XLB after a nice move up. Now they're triangling out. If you want to get back down to 51.98, you triangle out the whole thing and bring it back down. So we'll see about see if as fast as they went up is as fast as those just turned around and came back down. All right. So that's really about it, guys. All right. Let's see what tomorrow brings. It's going to be Friday. So we'll see what tomorrow brings for us. All right. So I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you at this what we got for now. All right. So everybody just have a wonderful evening and be good. Be good.